Good morning and Jai Hind children. Welcome to chemistry class. Children, in the previous class of chemistry, we have talked about water pollution and we have also seen how to conserve water. Okay, and we have seen several methods, several steps to conserve water and how the sewage treatment plant is done and how water is treated before it is supplied to the houses. Okay, we have also done this oral question answer. Now let's move to the next topic of this chapter, which is very important, that is air pollution. Okay, and before starting what is air pollution, we'll talk about what is air. So, children, the first thing that comes to our mind when we'll talk about air is that air is very important for survival of all living things like humans, animals, plants, microbes. For the survival of each and every individual living things, air is very important. Now, why air is so important? First of all, air is a natural resource. Correct. Why air is a natural resource? Because first of all it is a resource. Why it is a resource? Because it is used or we use it every time. That is why it is a resource. And it occurs naturally. That is why it is called natural resource. Okay. Now, why air is so important? Air is so important because air consists of several gases like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and several other gases also. Apart from these gases, it also contains few amount of dust particle. It also contains several other gases and water vapor. All right. And why this air is important? Because we need oxygen to breathe, and oxygen is present in air. And this is the air which forms the atmosphere, right? So if you remember in the previous classes when you were asked to define atmosphere, so atmosphere is nothing but the blanket of air, all right, which surrounds the earth and which protects the earth from several harmful rays. Okay, that is atmosphere. And air, atmosphere is nothing but a cluster of air. Clear? Now, air is so important. It contains several gases. Maximum amount of the gas which it contains is nitrogen, that is 78%, oxygen 21%, and a small amount of carbon dioxide and other gases. Right? And all these gases are very, very, very important for a living organism to survive. Clear? Now, children, just imagine if these oxygen, these nitrogen that are so important for us, for plants, for animals, if it is filled with so much of unwanted substance. Now imagine जब हम ऑक्सीजन को inhale कर रहे हैं, so apart from inhaling the oxygen, if we inhale certain dust particles, certain things, certain small particles which are not uh, good for our health, so is it good for our environment? Is it good for the humans or the living organism that are surviving? So children, that is only called pollution. What is pollution? We have already defined pollution earlier. So pollution is when in a natural resource there are certain unwanted and undesirable substance present, it is called pollution. And definitely when it is harmful for humans, for animals, for plants, for several living organisms, so it is called pollution. And what is air pollution? Air pollution is basically when these unwanted and undesirable substances are present in air and it makes it unfit for the survival, then it is called air pollution. Clear? So let us quickly see what is the definition of air pollution. So if we look into this, what is the definition of air pollution is? So it is contamination of air. How we define air pollution? It is contamination of air which takes place due to unwanted substances which causes harmful effect on both biotic and abiotic components. Okay, so it is contamination. Contamination means gandagi or the unwanted thing. Okay, so it is a contamination of air which takes place due to unwanted substance which causes harmful effect on both biotic and abiotic component. So what is biotic component? Biotic components are the living things. Living things are called biotic components and abiotic components are non-living things. Alright. Not only the living things but air pollution also affects non-living things like material. Alright. So all these materials are also getting destroyed by air pollution. And children, air pollution is the major cause of concern these days. Okay. Now, what are air pollutants? So the substance, these unwanted substance that we are talking about here. So these unwanted substance which causes pollution are called pollutants. Okay, so the substance which accumulate in air in high enough concentration that is hazardous to all organism or to materials exposed to the air are called air pollutants. Getting it? So what are air pollutants? Air pollutants are the substance which causes harm to living and non-living substances are called pollutants. Clear? So what is air pollution? I am repeating it again. Air pollution is the unwanted and undesirable substance present in air is called air pollution, and the substance which cause these air pollution are called air pollutants. Okay. Now children, these unwanted substance can be of several types. Okay, there can be certain natural sources and there can be certain man-made sources or human sources. Okay, so try to understand it. Air pollutants जो होते हैं, जो कि unwanted substance है, वो naturally भी occur हो सकते हैं या वो human activities की वजह से भी हो सकते हैं, and maximum of the air pollutants that occur is because of human activity. Okay, so let's see. There are different types of air pollutants. It can be natural, that is naturally occurring. It can be man-made or human-made. Okay, and what are natural? Natural can be forest fire. So recently you must have heard about this news of forest fire. Like when there is a lot of like increase in the temperature, the due to the friction the forest automatically catches fire. Okay, and slowly and gradually the complete forest is in fire, which causes release of various harmful gases like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide. So all these gases are released during forest fires. Okay, which though it is a natural phenomena, but it causes air pollution. Okay, then volcanic eruption. You know what is volcanic eruption? So when a volcano erupts, okay, so it is called volcanic eruption, and definitely it is a natural process, we cannot do anything about this, but it also releases a lot amount of carbon dioxide which increases the temperature of the earth and causing global warming. So we'll discuss about global warming later also. So volcanic eruption again is a natural process. Dust storm like cyclone and hurricane and all these things are again a natural process which causes air pollution, which causes a pollution in the air. Now children, apart from these natural calamities or natural sources which we cannot like which we cannot control, these things we cannot control, okay, but the human activities which are causing the pollution is the major cause of concern. Why it is the major cause of concern, children? Because it is we humans which, like, we are polluting the environment, we are polluting the air, and we can stop it. Okay, so what are the things which causes the air pollution, like which occur by human? That is burning of fuels from power plants. So what happens, children, if you have seen like power plants, like if you go to NTPC, that is National Thermal Power Plant, or if you go to certain industries where paper is made and where plastics are made, so you can see they have chimneys, right? As you can see in the figure here also, they have several chimneys like this. Okay, and during their process, a lot of fume and lot of gas is released, and this gases contains again very harmful substances like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide. All these gases are released from these industries and power plants, and definitely from burning of fuels at our home also. Like in villages, what happens, that is still people are using cow dung to cook the food, all right, which is very dangerous, and it releases carbon monoxide, which is even dangerous for the person who is cooking, who is exposed to it, and also for the environment. Okay, so still we are burning the fuel at our home also, which is very, very, very dangerous and causing the air to pollute. Transportation, definitely, from the automobiles, from the vehicles like car and everything, a huge amount of gases are released, that is specifically carbon monoxide. Okay, and children, this carbon monoxide is very, very, very dangerous. Why it is so dangerous? Because first of all, it is colorless, it is odorless, we cannot smell it, we cannot see it, and when we inhale it, it enters inside our body and gets accumulated in the blood, which stops the flow of oxygen, which can cause death. Getting it? That is why this carbon monoxide is very dangerous. I'm again repeating it. Why carbon monoxide is dangerous? Because पहली चीज कि ये कलरलेस होता है, इसमें कोई कलर नहीं होता. दूसरी चीज ये odorless होता है, we cannot smell it. All right. Uh, and when it enters, when we inhale it, then it directly gets soluble in the blood, and the oxygen, it stops the flow of oxygen basically. So it may even cause death. Okay, so this is very, very, very dangerous. So from automobiles also the carbon monoxide is released. Oil refineries are also releasing a very harmful gases. So these are certain human made activities which causes air pollution, and they are called air pollutants. Children, when these harmful gases like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, these are the harmful gases that are released from these activities, that is carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, if it is in less amount, so it is not dangerous, because see, on the earth definitely people are surviving, there are humans, there are plants, so we exhale out carbon dioxide, right? So definitely there will be some percentage of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere because we are exhaling it, right? So if carbon dioxide is in less amount, it is not dangerous, but if it is like excessive amount of carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere, so there can be a rise in temperature and which may cause global warming. Getting it? So I'll explain this global warming later in the later part. Okay, so these are the harmful gases that are released, that is carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and certain oxides of nitrogen like nitrogen dioxide, nitrogen trioxide, that is nitrate and nitrous, and also it can form certain acids. Okay, so we'll talk about it. So children, what happens when these gases are released? Basically, see, in our nostrils we have hairs, right? So what is the purpose of this hair is that it stops the dust particle to enter inside our lungs, right? But these gases have so small particles that if we inhale it, it cannot, like these dust cannot be stopped with the help of our nostril hairs and mucus. And it directly enters inside our lungs and it gets dissolved in the blood, which may cause certain respiratory diseases. Okay, it may cause certain respiratory diseases like bronchitis, asthma. Okay, there can be several respiratory diseases which can be caused due to these harmful gases. Okay, so we'll talk about it in detail. Okay, so that was the basic of this air pollution. Let's see what is written in the chapter and then we'll move to the main part of this topic, that is causes of air pollution. What are the main causes of air pollution? We'll talk about it. Okay, so first let's see what is written in the chapter. So air. All living things need air for breathing. True. Plants need air for photosynthesis. That we already know. Okay, for the process of photosynthesis, air is required. And air, if we talk about, so they are basically talking about carbon dioxide and oxygen. Okay. Now, to make food for the entire living world. Air is also needed for burning. Definitely. Air, again, if they are saying, so they are talking about oxygen here, because for the process of combustion we require oxygen. Okay, thus air is an extremely important natural resource essential for life. So it is a natural resource, we already know it. As you are aware, air is a mixture of gases, right? Air is a mixture of which gas? Nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, and carbon dioxide 0.03%, and also there are certain other gases. It also has a small amount of dust and water vapor. So this we are clear with. Now let's talk about air pollution. Air is said to be polluted if it contains substances that are harmful for human, plants and other animals. Clear? The harmful substances are called pollutants. Air pollution is mainly caused by the burning of fuels in power plants, industries, and vehicles, and also burning firewood in homes. So all these things causes air pollution, and as you can see here, all these are human-made activities, right? Burning of fuel in power point is a human activity. Industry में भी जो होता है वो भी human activity है. व्हीकल से निकलता है तो व्हीकल्स भी एक ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी है. Then burning of firewood in the all these things are a human activity. Okay, so natural तो जो हो रहा है that we cannot control, but at least we can control these human activities. All right, now this gives off particles of carbon gases such as carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide and other oxides of nitrogen. So this we have discussed. And other harmful chemicals containing lead compounds. Children, this lead compound is also very dangerous. Okay. So pollution of air causes many respiratory problems. So all these things we have already discussed. Clear? I think this paragraph is clear to you. Now we'll start with the next topic, that is causes of air pollution. So what are the main causes of air pollution? That is important. So let's discuss what are the causes of air pollution. So air pollution can be caused by several methods, by several things. Like first is suspended particulate matter. Second, carbon monoxide. Third, excess carbon dioxide, which causes greenhouse effect. We'll discuss this. Then sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, and also different oxides of nitrogen. Then chlorofluorocarbon, that is CFCs. Then lead. Okay, so these are the main causes of air pollution. Let's discuss it one by one. What is suspended particulate matter? Children, देखिए जो see in the air there are several dust particles present, right? ऐसा नहीं होता है कि एयर एकदम क्लीन है, उसमें कोई डस्ट पार्टिकल नहीं है, उसमें कोई अदर हार्मफुल गैसेस नहीं है, सब कुछ है. But we humans, we have certain mechanism in our body which through which we can control the inhalation of it. Like we have a nostril and there are mucus present in the nostril and we have hairs, correct? तो ये जो हेयर है नॉस्ट्रिल में और जो ये म्यूकस है, इनका मेन पर्पस ही यही होता है कि जो बड़े साइज के पार्टिकल्स हैं या जो डस्ट पार्टिकल्स हैं उनको हम इनहेल ना करें. ओके, सो दिस इज द मेन पर्पस ऑफ दिस नॉस्ट्रिल एंड nostril hair and mucus. Getting it? But there are certain particles which are unburnt particles basically, जिनकी साइज थोड़ी बड़ी होती है. जैसे कि अगर आपने सीमेंटिंग जब होती है तो सीमेंट के टाइम पे कुछ पार्टिकल्स रिलीज होते हैं, कुछ द पार्टिकल वेरी स्मॉल पार्टिकल डस्ट पार्टिकल के फॉर्म पे रिलीज होते हैं. Children, these particles we cannot control through our hair nostrils और वो हम inhale कर लेते हैं. और जब हम उनको inhale कर लेते हैं तो वो हमारे lungs में जाके blockage create करते हैं. And when it creates a blockage, so we feel difficulty in breathing. Alright? And hence it may also cause several lungs disease. Getting it? So what is this SPM or suspended particulate matter is that these are a little bigger size particle. ये थोड़े से बड़े साइज के पार्टिकल होते हैं जो हमें दिखते हैं. Alright, we can see it, but we cannot stop it from inhaling. हम उसको inhale कर लेते हैं. Alright, our hair nostril even cannot stop it and mucus cannot stop it and we inhale it. Alright, so these are very dangerous. Getting it? It may cause several lungs disease. So let's see what is written there so that you can understand it better. So see, minute solid particles suspended in air are known as suspended particulate matters or SPM. Children, it is not necessary that question will be like what is suspended particulate matter. The question can even be written as SPM. So always remember SPM is suspended particulate matter. Clear? Unburnt carbon particle. Unburnt carbon particle मतलब आप लोग ने कभी अगर ध्यान दिया हो तो अगर हम कभी भी कोल जलाते हैं या लकड़ी जलाते हैं तो उसमें से कुछ ब्लैक ब्लैक कलर के कुछ पार्टिकल्स रिलीज होते हैं जो हम देख सकते हैं. ठीक है, कुछ ब्लैक कलर के पार्टिकल्स रिलीज होते हैं which we can see and they are called unburnt carbon particles which are present in the air. It gets dissolved in the air and we inhale it. Getting it? So these are unburnt carbon particles given out during the burning of fuels or from the exhaust of the vehicles. व्हीकल के एग्जॉस्ट से भी ये पार्टिकल्स रिलीज होते हैं. इसीलिए nowadays for a vehicle we have certain pollution reader. ठीक है, हर व्हीकल का एक पोल्यूशन रीडर होता है, हर व्हीकल की पोल्यूशन यूनिट होती है. देन दैट व्हीकल इज अलाउड टू come in the market. Okay, so it is done. So children, these unburnt carbon particles, it does not It dissolves in air and we inhale it, and our hair, nostrils, and mucus, it cannot stop it. Getting it? That is why it is dangerous. So, this unburned carbon particles given out during the burning of fuels or from the exhaust of vehicles, and a fine particles of cement given out from the cement factory are the examples of SPM. Getting it? The finer of these particles cannot be filtered by hair of our noses and hence are major cause of lung diseases. They also settle on plants and interfere with photosynthesis. So this is dangerous for both, for us also and for plants also. Okay. So because they are so fine, though we can see it, but it is so fine that our hair, nostrils and mucus cannot stop it. And it directly enters in our lungs and causes blockage. Getting it? So they are called SPM. Now, carbon monoxide. So I have already told you about carbon monoxide. कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड इतना डेंजरस क्यों है बेटा? बिकॉज कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये रिलीज कहां से होता है? इट इज रिलीज फ्रॉम अनबर्न्ड फ्यूल्स. ठीक है? जैसे कि टेक फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ वी आर बर्निंग कार्बन इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ ऑक्सीजन, ठीक है, तो as we have talked, if you remember, we have talked this thing in combustion chapter, that when incomplete combustion occurs, right, if you remember, अगर incomplete combustion होता है तो कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड रिलीज होता है, राइट? इफ यू रिमेंबर हम लोगों ने ये चीज पढ़ी थी. तो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज गुड. ओके, अगर फ्यूल कंप्लीटली बर्न हो जा रहा है, सो इट विल रिलीज कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. But if the fuel is not burnt completely, which is incomplete combustion, then carbon monoxide is released, which is extremely poisonous, which is first of all colorless, odorless, and when we inhale it, it get dissolves in blood and it stops the flow of oxygen, and hence the person feel breathing problem and may may even cause death. It may even cause death. All right. So carbon monoxide is one of the most dangerous pollutants. It is extremely poisonous. It mixes with the blood and prevent it from carrying oxygen. It can even cause death due to lack of oxygen. Getting it? Carbon monoxide is odorless and can therefore not be detected by its smell. That is why it is dangerous. हम कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड को ना स्मेल नहीं कर सकते, ना हम उसको देख सकते हैं, इसीलिए ये डेंजरस है. Carbon monoxide is produced whenever fuels do not burn completely. That same thing I have just now told you, that is incomplete combustion. It is given off when wood, coal, oil are burnt at home or in the factories. Burning of petrol and diesel in automobiles also produces carbon monoxide. Getting it? So that is why this carbon monoxide is very, very, very dangerous. Clear? Now let's talk about next topic, that is excess carbon dioxide. Children, just now I have told you that it is very logical and very true, first of all, that population is increasing drastically. Everybody is talking about the increase in population. Definitely, or basically, if we talk about China and India, so they are highly polluted also, and highly populated also. So, uh, because the population is increasing so drastically, and with the demand of land, जैसे जैसे population बढ़ रही है, वैसे वैसे people require a shelter to live. Definitely, घर चाहिए रहने के लिए. अब अगर हमें घर चाहिए रहने के लिए, so we have a specific amount of land on this earth. And we know that most of the area is covered by water and few of the area is covered by the forest. ठीक है? So to live, what people do, they clear off the forest, right? पेड़ को काट देंगे, forest clear हो गया, they will make their houses there, colonies will be built there, industry बन जाएगी, सब हो जाएगा, trees कट जाएंगे. अब हो क्या रहा है, population increase हुई, ठीक, डिफॉरेस्टेशन हुआ तो ट्रीज की पॉपुलेशन कम हुई, राइट, पॉपुलेशन इंक्रीज हुई, सो ईच, जस्ट इमेजिन, ईच इंडिविजुअल इज एक्सहेलिंग आउट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज कर रहा है. वी डोंट हैव दैट मच प्लांट टू absorb carbon dioxide. Now where that carbon dioxide will go? Definitely it will be there in the atmosphere, right? So when there is excess amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, it traps the sunlight very drastically. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड की कैपेसिटी होती है कि वो सनलाइट को बहुत जल्दी ट्रैप कर लेता है. अब जैसे वो सनलाइट को ट्रैप करता है, वो क्या करता है कि अर्थ का एटमॉस्फेयर, अर्थ का टेम्परेचर जो है उसको इंक्रीज कर देता है. गेटिंग इट? So with the excess amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, the temperature of the earth increases. Getting it? And hence it causes global warming. What is global warming is? Global. So it is derived from the term called globe. Globe matlab earth. Right? Warming. Warming matlab garam hona. Right? So globe का गर्म होना, that is earth का गर्म होना, that is increase in the temperature of the earth, which is because of the excess amount of carbon dioxide. But not only carbon dioxide is responsible for it, there are several other gases also that are responsible for increasing the temperature of the earth. Okay, these gases are called greenhouse gases. Okay, see children, normally I'll show you. Normal process of earth is, so what is the normal process of earth trapping the light and everything is that is called greenhouse effect. Okay, ये तो नॉर्मल प्रोसेस है जो अर्थ करता है. क्या करता है अर्थ? सी देयर इज अ सनलाइट, ठीक है, ये एटमॉस्फेयर है, वी नो कि अर्थ के चारों तरफ ब्लैंकेट ऑफ एयर है विच इज कॉल्ड एटमॉस्फेयर. लेट मी यूज सम अदर कलर पेन, इसमें ऑलरेडी रेड है बहुत, ठीक है, तो इसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? एटमॉस्फेयर. ठीक, होता क्या है, नाउ द sun rays will fall on earth. So when these sun rays fall on earth, few of the sunlight is reflected back. ठीक है, लाइट क्या होती है? रिफ्लेक्ट बैक हो जाती है, और कुछ लाइट है जो अर्थ पे पास होती है. Not all the sunlight falls on earth. Few of the light gets reflected back, which maintains the temperature of the earth. Getting it? ये अर्थ के टेम्परेचर को मेंटेन करता है. दिस फिनोमिना इज नोन एज ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट. दिस फिनोमिना ऑफ trapping the light and reflecting back of the light is known as greenhouse effect. Problem कहाँ आती है? When there is increase in carbon dioxide, CFC gas and oxides of nitrogen, ये गैसेस जब रिलीज हो जाती हैं, बहुत एक्सेस हो जाती हैं, तो ये जो सनलाइट आ रही है ये और ज्यादा ट्रैप करने लगता है. ठीक है, these gases starts to trap the sunlight. Getting it? So when they trap the sunlight, there will be less reflection. Reflection क्या हो जाएगा? कम हो जाएगा, as you can see in the figure here. Now पहले क्या हो रहा था कि एक सन रेज आ रही थी, ओके, और वो रिफ्लेक्ट बैक हो जा रही थी. Now what is happening? There are several lights that are getting trapped, which increases the temperature of the earth. This is called global warming. Getting it? And these gases are called greenhouse gases. Okay, so children will talk about greenhouse gases and what are the effects of greenhouse gases in the next class. Okay, so that's all for today's class. Please go through this topic. Please read this greenhouse effect and global warming. This is very, very, very important. If you come across any kind of doubt, please do ask me in the group. Okay, so that's all for today's class. Thank you and Jai Hind, children.